Tonight's headline is the kind you don't see every day. Cristiano Ronaldo, yes, the global football phenomenon himself, just walked into the White House in a black tie suit, sharing the room with Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, U.S. President Donald Trump, and some of the biggest names in global business. It was a night loaded with political power, diplomatic signals, and enough celebrity energy to make the internet explode. So what exactly happened, and why does this moment matter far more than just a celebrity showing up for dinner? Let's dive in. Hours before the event, President Trump called it an honor to host Ronaldo, and you could feel the excitement building. Remember, Ronaldo isn't just a football star anymore. He's become the face of Saudi Arabia's massive push to reinvent itself. The kingdom is in the middle of a huge transformation, shifting away from its dependence on oil and pumping billions into tourism, entertainment, and especially sports. And Ronaldo? He's their superstar ambassador, walking billboard, and global magnet for attention. White House officials confirmed he'd be attending the event, but here's the interesting part. No one would say for sure if he was part of the Crown Prince's official delegation. Still, whether he was there as a guest or as a symbolic powerhouse, his appearance spoke volumes. But let's be honest, Saudi Arabia's massive investment in global sports has raised eyebrows for years. Some call it modernization, others call it image cleaning. Critics argue it's a way to shift attention away from the kingdom's human rights record and environmental issues. Supporters argue it's a bold leap forward into a new era. Either way, the strategy is clear. Bring in global icons, host global events, and reshape global perception. And having Ronaldo show up at the White House. If that's a PR win you couldn't buy, well, unless you're paying your star player hundreds of millions a year. Inside the dinner, Trump praised the growing U.S.-Saudi relationship, calling the nation a major non-NATO ally. And then came one of the night's viral moments. Trump turned to Ronaldo, smiled, and mentioned that his son Barron is a big fan, adding that Barron probably respects him a little more now because he got to meet Ronaldo. The room loved it, and social media ate it up like wildfire. But Ronaldo wasn't the only big-name guest roaming the halls of the White House that night. Elon Musk showed up, his first visit since stepping down from the Trump administration earlier this year. Apple's Tim Cook was also there, along with a crowd of high-power CEOs. Considering the rocky and very public relationship between Trump and Musk, complete with online feuds and Musk announcing plans to create his own political party, seeing them in the same room added an extra layer of intrigue to the already electric night. But beyond all the political theater, this was a rare American appearance for Cristiano Ronaldo. In fact, it's one of his first known visits to the U.S. since 2016. He's avoided traveling to America for years due to a highly publicized allegation from 2009. Ronaldo always denied it, calling the accusation completely false. And in 2019, U.S. prosecutors announced that no charges would be filed because the claim could not be proven. That case has been closed for years, but his absence from the U.S. kept the story alive in the background. Until now. And seeing him walk confidently into the White House says a lot. And speaking of Ronaldo potentially returning to the U.S., there's been buzz about Portugal and the U.S. facing off in a friendly match in Atlanta in March 2026. If that match becomes official, and if Ronaldo steps on the field, it would be his first game on American soil since 2014. Just imagine the hype. The 2026 World Cup warm-up match in the U.S., with Ronaldo back on American turf? That alone could pack a stadium or two. But let's talk numbers, because Ronaldo's Saudi deal is still one of the most jaw-dropping contracts in sports history. When he joined Al Nassr in 2023, the world was stunned by the reported $200 million a year salary. To put that into perspective, that's more than $500,000 every single day. And then came the sequel, an even bigger 2-year contract, reportedly worth $400 million. That deal pushed him over the edge into becoming football's first ever billionaire player, with a net worth estimated at $1.4 billion. And he's still going strong at 40 years old. Saudi Arabia knows exactly what it's doing. Experts say the kingdom is investing heavily in sports to build global influence and create a modern, powerful image that reaches far beyond oil. And Ronaldo, he's at the center of that transformation. He's appeared at major Saudi tourism and development events, spoken openly about supporting the country's long-term vision, and even referred to Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman as our boss. And with Saudi Arabia aiming to host the 2034 World,